war, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu...
It's a beautiful Zen story. There was a big Zen master who was giving teachings. He was giving discourse. Well read, but I have not experienced anything. Well read. The Pandit, he came. The moment he entered the hall, he started shouting. Of course, Pandits are professional shouters. He started shouting. What then you know? What spirituality you know? What are you talking? The Zen master was too young guy. He was a young guy. What are you talking? What then you know? You can make only the fools listen what you say. You can't make me listen. Can you make me listen what you say? Master was very polite. He just said, "Sir, can you please come here? I am not able to hear." The Pandit comes tall in arrogance. Then Master said, "Can you please come this side?" He comes this side. Then Master turns the face. "Can you come little near?" He came little near. Master says, "You seem a very good, nice person. Already 3 times you heard what I said. Now please sit and listen." You seem very good, nice person. Already 3 times you heard what I said. You listened what I said. Now please sit and listen. Person who lives in spontaneity can never be disrespected. You can never get him. And Ashtavakra is a person who is living in spontaneity. He is completely in the present moment. He can neither be disrespected nor be deluded by the ego. He is not disturbed. He is just clear about his being. And he says clearly, "Janaka, you are having only cobblers around you." And Janaka really felt, really understood. Janaka is an intelligent person, a rare politician, an intelligent king, a rare being. Being a king and having intelligence is really something. Janaka is a king, an intelligent being. He understood the meaning of the words uttered by Ashtavakra. Immediately he comes down from the throne, touches the feet of Ashtavakra. "Please forgive me. I understand what you said." Not only that, not only he asks Ashtavakra to forgive him, further he puts one more question. "Master, O Lord, Bhagavan," he calls Ashtavakra as Bhagavan. "O Lord, just from your very words, I understood what you spoke is from your experience." Please understand. If you want to find out whether somebody is really experienced person, enlightened person, or just an intellectual pandit, see when he was hurt, see when he was disrespected. When he is disrespected, how he behaves, that will clearly show whether he is an experienced person or an intellectual pandit. You can keep your face or pose, you can do everything as long as your ego is not hurt. The moment your ego is hurt, the first which is inside will come out. If you have ego, simply the first will come out. You will radiate the anger, violence and vengeance. When somebody is hurt, when he is disrespected, how he behaves, how he responds, see that will give you a clarity whether really he is enlightened or an intellectual pandit. Here, Ashtavakra is completely disrespected. If you say a word and laugh about him, even that will not hurt so much. Just by being, if you laugh at somebody, the very being is rejected. The very being is rejected. See, you enter somebody's house. If you start laughing, if people laugh, then you can understand they are not ready to accept what you speak. Only you are speaking, they are not ready to accept. But the moment you enter, if they start laughing, your very being is not accepted. Sometimes, if you don't open the mouth, people may think you are a fool. If you open it, you may confirm. You will confirm it. So, at the most, they may reject your speaking. But just by entering, if they start laughing, your very being is rejected. Here, the very being of the Ashtavakra is rejected, disrespected by the ministers in the court. But he was not offended. He is not disturbed. He was not disturbed. Of course, when we address the masters, we can't use the word was. We can use only the word is. We can't say the word was for them. We can't say he was. We can only say he is. Of course, when you mention the incidents of the past, you will not use the word was. But when you mention about the masters, they are available. We can't say, we can't use the word past. He was not hurt. And he's so clear about his being. And he's clearly expressing the reality. Janaka says, just by your very words, your few words, I can understand you are an enlightened being. It is from your very being. Please teach me. Please give me the wisdom which you are having. Janaka is requesting because Janaka has whatever Ashtavakra taught has become big help. It has helped Janaka Raja to transform his life, to awaken his being, to achieve enlightenment. Here, I request you, unless you ask, this help cannot be given. If I give you without you asking, it is just like South boys helping old lady to cross the road. 3 boys have to help one lady because she did not want to cross the road. So be very clear, I do not want to force help on you. By you being here, I assume you are requesting this help. So I am entering into the Sutra. I am entering into the Ashtavakra's Gita, assuming you need the help, you need the wisdom, you need the knowledge of Ashtavakra. Janaka Uvacha. Let me give the slokas in English itself. Then I will give the explanations. Janaka said, how can knowledge be acquired? How can liberation be attained? How is renunciation possible? Tell me this, O Lord. Beautiful question. Janaka, by his very being, is a thinker. By mistake, you might have laughed, that is different. By his very being, he is a thinker. Thinker of truth, thinker of the reality. So he is asking, how can knowledge be acquired? How can liberation be attained? How is renunciation possible? Tell me this, O Lord. The word liberation needs to be, you need to understand the word liberation. Liberation means not disturbed, polluted, touched by the inner or the outer world goal. If you are not touched, polluted, corrupted by the outer world or inner world goals, you are liberated. The moment you understand the purposelessness of the whole existence, you are liberated. Please understand, I am using a big word, purposelessness. Whatever you think as purpose binds your life. Bondage is thinking that there is a purpose in your life. Immediately you start the next question. What do you mean, Swami? You think that there is no purpose in your life? Your life has got meaning, but it has no purpose. Be very clear. Purpose means you are constantly worried about the whole. You are constantly worried about the achievement. You are constantly bothered about what has to be achieved. The goal. Be very clear. Goal is not the result of the life. The life itself is the result of the life. For example, 1 month if you are earning 20,000 rupees, you measure your 30 days time as 20,000 rupees. Mentally, by and by, you start calculating your 1 month equal to 20,000 rupees. Whenever you go to shop, you measure in your mind, oh, to buy this saree, I have to work 15 days. To buy this jewel, I have to work 2 months. Only based on the money you measure your month. Be very clear. If somebody says they will give you 100 years salary in lump sum and ask you to die, will you accept? No. But your mind is conditioned so much. You measure your whole life based on the money which you make every month. The value of your life is calculated by your mind based on the money which you make. You need to understand an important thing. Your life is not equal to money or wealth which you are creating. Money or wealth is beautiful as long as you use it. When you start measuring your whole life, when you start calculating your whole life just based on the money, when your whole life is minded, when your whole life is centered only on money, be very clear, you are seriously missing something in the life. Something seriously wrong with your thinking system. Money is beautiful as long as you use it. But when you start measuring your life based on the money which you make, you are living in a miserable condition. If you measure your whole life just based on money you are making, you will be happy only on the first and second. When you receive your paycheck, when you receive your salary. For next 28 days, you will be doing tapasya just for the 2 days. You will be selling your 28 days just to be happy in 1 day. Please do not sell your life. Do not sell your life for some goal. 2 things. If you sell your life for some goal, you may not achieve at all and feel frustrated. That may happen. First thing. Second thing, you may achieve the goal and feel depressed. Be very clear. There is an important word which you need to understand. Depression of success. Depression of success. Depression which happens after failure is not real depression. Because always somebody can give you hope. There are so many hundreds of self-help books. How to books. If you want to become mad, read how-to books. Straight way to hell. Direct way to hell. This how-to books, self-help books. They are actually, if you are normally living with your problems, you may have big worries. And if you read these self-help books, and they constantly teach you, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Now you have one more worry, how to stop your worrying. All self-help books leads only to hell. Direct way to hell. They will create one more worry for you. Let me tell you a small incident. It's not an incident, it's the truth. How to stop worrying, start living. That's a great book. Dale Carnegie is author. And he wrote two books, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. Another book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Bestseller. International bestseller. One more information you should know. Next to Bible, his books are printed. Next to Bible, understand, means practically second Christ. Next to Bible, his books are printed and sold all over the world. In the first book, he says, how to stop worrying and start living. How to stop the suicidal thoughts. The next book, he says, how to have a good relationship with your wife. These are the two main ideas. Any of you read his books? Any of you read his biography? Anybody who read his biography? He committed suicide because he was not able to live with his wife happily. Really, I tell you, it's truth. Please understand, I am not making any joke or anything. It's a truth. He was not able to live. He committed suicide just because he was not able to live with his wife happily. And I tell you the secret, how to write this, how to books. There is an important secret. Whatever you can't practice, just write and publish it. You become bestseller. Simple 3 steps to become a philosopher. First thing, whatever you can't practice, write it and publish. Second thing, it should not be told in a simple language. Third thing, complicate things as much as possible. That's all. If you can complicate a simple thing as much as possible, you will become a great philosopher. And one more small tip, try to criticize all other systems as much as possible. These are all few simple tips to become how to become a best philosopher. And how to write this, how to do this. The self-help books will neither give you peace nor guide you. Here, when you start working with these books, if you have 10 worries, now you have 11th worry of how to stop worrying, how to start living. Liberation. The concept of liberation means understanding the pure purposelessness of life. Even if you face the depression out of failure, it is okay. You always have some hope. Somebody can inspire you to run away. But if you face the depression after success, nothing can be done. And if you are an intelligent man, around the age of 40 to 45, you have to face the depression of success. This is the scale to find out whether you are intelligent or not. If you are 40 to 45 and still you have not faced the depression of success, be very clear, something seriously wrong with you. Something seriously wrong with you. Something is missing in your life. Around the 40 to 45, you have to face the depression of success. Because around that age, You will achieve whatever you want to achieve, but suddenly you realize, I achieve whatever I want to, but I have not achieved what all I want to. Achieving what I want is different. Achieving what all I wanted is different. You always wanted the house, car, relationships, bank balance, for the sake of happy life. By the time you achieve all these things, you are conditioned to suffer. In the young age, when you are happy, blissful by nature, when you are bubbling, overflowing with energy, you postpone your job. You always tell your mind, no, 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 no. After the college, I think I'll rest and I'll be happy. And after the college, you think, I think once I get my job, I'll be settled and happy and peaceful. Once you get the job, after the marriage, I'll be happy and blissful. After the marriage, you know. And now, you know. And after that, again, I think once kids are there, we'll be happy. After the kids, I think they all grow up and start, they finish their education, I think I'll be happy. By the time they are settled in their life, you are conditioned to suffer. The stress or suffering or worrying becomes part of your being, part of your very being. You are completely conditioned to suffer. After that, if the worry or stress is taken away from you, you feel lonely. You are missing something. You feel you are not as you are. That is the reason. Old people cannot sit with themselves. Either they will catch somebody and start talking. In 1962, when I was in the army, they will start telling the stories. See, it is not accidental. Around the world, all grandparents tell stories to their grandkids. Not only in Indian culture, around the world, in all cultures, this is tradition. Because not for the kids, for the sake of grandparents, this tradition started. Tradition has started not for the kids, for the sake of grandparents. Because they feel lonely. And you can see in your life, elderly people, they would have been married, their kids would have been married, even sometimes grandkids would have been married. But they are sitting and reading the matrimonial column in Hindu with a big glass. Because they will not be able to sit with themselves. They can't relax with themselves. Relaxing within yourself is what I call liberation. Person who can sit with himself without anything from the outer world is liberated. Please understand. Jivan Mukta means don't think big terms. If you have big ideology about Jivan Mukta, you will never think it is possible. Today's subject is enlightenment. It is possible. You will never understand. It is possible. Understand, this is very simple and actual definition. Jivan Mukta means a person who can sit with himself, who doesn't need anything from the outer world to entertain him, excite him, or make him feel peaceful or happy. He can sit with himself. Liberation means understanding the purposelessness of the life. Understanding clearly, life cannot be measured by the money which we make. It is something more than the money which we make. Your life is not just 25,000 rupees per month. If you think the 25,000 is your life, you will be in hell for 28 days. You will be in heaven only for 2 days. You will be selling your 28 days for 2 days. A person who keeps the money as his goal, or the person who keeps something as his goal, he will be happy, blissful only when he achieves it for a few moments. Or he will be thinking he is happy. Person who understands whatever goal we achieve, nothing has got purpose. It has no purpose. When you understand the purposelessness, the life itself has no separate purpose. You will start living moment to moment. Every moment you will start respecting. You will start respecting the life every moment. You will start living in the present. When you drop the goal from your mind, your very work will become beautiful. Your very work will become joyful. You are not running for something. The very running is beautiful. The very running is beautiful. If you are running thinking of a goal, you will never see a beautiful garden which is around you. If you are just running just for pleasure, you will enjoy the garden and you will reach the goal. Both. Infuse little bit of peace and bliss in your life. You will understand the purposelessness of life. If you think life has got purpose, you will never understand the meaning of life. The moment you understand life has no purpose, that moment you are liberated. You will understand the meaning of life. Meaning of life is living in this moment. That is what Krishna says. You have right only to do your duty. You have no right for result. Means, do not live a goal-oriented life. Do not think life has a purpose. Understand? Our whole life is just a small wave in the ocean of cosmic energy. In this big cosmic energy, this cosmos, in this Brahmanda, you are just a small wave. You are a small wave. Suddenly the wave starts thinking, oh, I should protect myself. And he starts asking the neighbor waves, please, you be my wife, you be my husband, you be my son. Let's all protect ourselves. Let's all live together. And let's all live a happy life. And then the wave collects few sands on the beach and says, this is my treasure. And the wave starts thinking, this is the purpose of life. And it is thinking, now it is protected. And it lost two, three sand pieces and 2-3 bubbles with another wave. And another wave it says, you see, I am lending all this money to you. You have to give back when I am asking. And the wave is thinking, he is completely secure, protected. He doesn't understand. Next moment he is going to disappear into the same ocean. Same way, we are all waves. Few minutes drama. Next moment we are going to disappear into the same ocean. Just like our wave is thinking, he is separate from ocean and wants to protect himself. Start collecting few bubbles from the sea beach. From the beach and thinks he is rich or he is protected or he is secure. He has got life insurance. Life insurance is another big drama. You cannot use that word life insurance at all. It is the death insurance. After you die, your family and friends are letting get that money who are waiting for it. So you cannot call it the life insurance. It can be only called as death insurance. So be very clear. Just how the wave is thinking, he is secure by collecting few bubbles. Same way, you are thinking, you are safe by having few diamonds in your locker. That bubble and your diamond, both are one and the same. Because few idiots want to possess this diamond, it has got market value, that's all. Few fools wanted to possess that stone, It has got market value, that's all. Otherwise, in reality, that and this is one and the same. Whether that stone or this stone are one and the same. Because few fools are competing to possess the same stone. It has got market value. Be very clear, no stone can protect us. How the way it is thinking, by collecting few pebbles, it is protected, its life is ensured, it is secured. Same way we start thinking and things. Life is pure purposelessness. Even though it's a little difficult to understand this truth because of our social conditioning, the moment you understand, you are liberated. And be very clear, person who understands the life is purposeless, he will start working 10 times more intensely than you. He will be working 10 times more intensely. Do not think you will become lazy. Always practice. Swamiji, you say life is purposeless. If we start thinking all these things, we don't want to work, what to do now? Be very clear. Because you created too much of negative thoughts about your work. Because you are conditioned, work is punishment. Work is hell. Working is wrong. Working creates stress. Because you are again and again taught all these ideas. Because again and again you are conditioned with these ideas. The moment you understand life is purposeless, you want to escape from that work. It is just because of your conditioning, not because of understanding. Now, if you really understand life is purposeless, the stress to achieve success, the pressure to achieve success, the peer pressure will be removed from you. The moment peer pressure is removed from your being, you are liberated. And I tell you, liberated person will be creative. Liberated person will be energetic. Liberated person, by his own understanding, will start working. Understanding the life is purposelessness will not lead you to laziness. If it is leading you to laziness, be very clear. You are having negative attitude towards your working. You have already built up the negative attitude towards your working. That's the reason you try to escape the moment you get this understanding. But sincerely, if you understand this beauty of purposelessness, if you understand life is purposeless, you will be continuously working without stress, without the pressure of goal, without constantly thinking about the goal. As now, you are split personality. Half of your being is thinking about the goal, half of your being is thinking about the path. The moment you understand goal is useless, you are integrated and you live in the path. The very path, the very life becomes liberation. Working out of liberation is what I call working as an enlightened being, enlightened CEOs. If you are working out of liberated consciousness, you live in leader consciousness. You achieve the state of the leader. Two things. Status of the leader is different, state of the leader is different. Status of the leader is related to society. Status of the leader is related to your society, position, your bank balance, your position, all these things. State of the leader is related to your understanding about the life. If you have this deep understanding, you will achieve the state of the leader consciousness. Man who is liberated will live in the leader consciousness. Here, Janaka asks how to achieve liberation. How the renunciation possible? Tell me this, O Lord. Renunciation, another beautiful word. Always people come and ask me, Swamiji, should we renounce everything to achieve enlightenment? Should we renounce everything to realize divine? I tell them, just renounce what you don't have. It's enough. You don't have to renounce what you have. Just renounce what you don't have. Fears, anxiety, unnecessary worry, unnecessary fantasies, too much of imagination. All these things are not there in your real life, but you are living with all these things mentally. Mentally, you are living with all these things. 99% of your worries never come true. Whatever 1% comes true is always good for you. Ashtavakra starts. The beautiful answer. If you aspire after liberation, my child, shun the objects of senses as poison and seek forgiveness, sincerity, kindness, contentment, and truth as nectar. You are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor ether. In order to attain liberation, realize yourself as the knower of all these and consciousness itself. Beautiful two slokas, beautiful two sutras. In the first sutra, he speaks about few things, few qualities, the basic qualities, like shun the objects of the senses, seek forgiveness, be sincere, be kind, be content, and live with the truth. And the second sutra, he says, please understand, in the second sutra, he expresses the technology. He says, you are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, or ether. In order to attain liberation, realize yourself as the knowing unconsciousness of itself. Is a beautiful sloka. In the first part, he says, he gives you discipline, you moral lessons. And in the second part, he gives the technology to achieve that state. I feel in those days, this is the way they present it. First, let us discipline, then enlightenment. But I tell you, for modern men, unless the experience itself happens, we can't even ask him to be disciplined. If you tell, please shun the object of the senses, he will ask, what for? Why? What's the need? We are very happy. Why should we do all these things? Unless you can give the direct experience, you cannot tell, you cannot give all these advices. Advice is the one thing which everybody gives, nobody takes. Which everybody gives, nobody takes. For the modern man, you cannot talk. First do all these things, then you will have then you enter into the experience. No. That's the reason our spirituality is outdated. In the modern day, we have to put the second sutra first and the first sutra second. After your experience, extraordinary discipline will follow your life. We cannot force discipline on you. We can't force discipline on ourselves. We can only work towards the alchemy, the transformation of our being. We can work only towards the enlightenment. Once that experience starts happening, automatically the morality happens to you, the discipline happens to you. So I am explaining the second sutra first. Let us enter into the second sutra first. then first sutra will start happening in your life. You are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor ether. In order to attain liberation, realize yourself as the knower of all these unconsciousness itself. Constantly, you think about your life, whether positive or negative. Whether you think your life is a chain of beautiful incidents, or you think your life is a beautiful chain of so many sufferings. Usually we think only it's a chain of sufferings. Whether you think your life is a chain of sufferings, or you think your life is a chain of beautiful incidents, both are ignorance. Both are just expressing your ignorance. Be very clear. Your life is not a chain as you think. Every moment is individual, separate, independent moment. You are just unclutched being. Because usually you are clutched, you think it's a single shaft. Because you never unclutched, you think you are a shaft. Be very clear. Any moment you can just unclutch yourself. Any moment you can liberate yourself. Here Ashtavakra says, you are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor ether. Please be very clear, he is not requesting you to believe all these things. No. Whether he requests or not, I don't know, but I am not requesting you to believe all these things. Let me be very clear. I am not asking you to believe all these things. I am just stating the fact. I am just stating the truth. I am just expressing the truth. If you are intelligent enough, it will resonate in your being. You will feel connected to what I am saying. You will feel deeply the truth of my words. If it happens in you, come tomorrow. Otherwise, relax. It's okay. Do not bother with it. You cannot believe. All these things cannot be achieved by believing. All I request you to do is just be here completely present and try to listen whatever is uttered. And try, if you are a seeker or if you are going to be helped by the scripture nor by me, simply these words will start creating a new healing effect inside your being. You will experience a deep inner healing. You will experience deeply connected, the feeling of connection. You will start feeling that you are connected. If that feeling connected happens, be very clear, you are ready for experience. You are ready for experience. You cannot prove all these statements logically. I cannot prove all these statements logically. These statements are not to be proved logically. It is not for logical analysis. It's a beautiful story. Let me tell you a story. Vivekananda goes to Ramakrishna and asks, Bhagavan, why don't you prove God logically? Ramakrishna laughs. If I prove God logically, logic will become God. Logic will be raised to the higher level than God himself. God is higher level. God is great because he can't even be proved by logic. And Ramakrishna gives the same Ashtavakra Gita book to Vivekananda and asks him, please read. But Vivekananda was completely confused and depressed at the time. He says, why should I read all these things? I don't know. But Ramakrishna says, I am not asking you to read for yourself. Please read it for my sake. Please read it for my sake. Just read. I am old. I can't read. You are young. Your eyes are fresh. Just read it for my sake. So that I will listen. Just few lines. And the story says he was able to read only few sutras. The very sutras started shaking him. He started shivering. He started trembling. And the tears started pouring. He just dropped the book and started reading Ramakrishna. I don't know, but I can't read this book anymore. My whole being is shaken. Be very clear. If you intensely listen, your whole being will be shaken. If you are shaken, this book is for you. I am for you. If it doesn't happen, do not bother. Relax in the house tomorrow. There are so many other beautiful programs. Use your time in a much better way. When you work with the truth, you don't need to believe. The very power of the truth will shake you. The very power of the truth will start working in you. The very power of the truth, you will not be able to forget it. People ask me, Swamiji, how to remember all your teachings and follow in our life? I tell them, never do the mistake. Never try to remember my teachings. If my teachings are true, you don't have to remember them. They will remember you. Just listen and understand. Whenever it is necessary, they will automatically come up and they will make you do things according to truth. If you have to force yourself, think and remember, then practice means it is not truth. Truth needs no belief. Here Ashtavakra is declaring, you are neither earth, nor water, nor fire, nor air, nor ether. In order to attain liberation, realize yourself as the knower of all these unconsciousness itself. He says, you are neither body, nor mind, or any of these five elements. Your body and mind are created out of these five elements. You are filled with earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Ether is your thoughts. You are filled with all these things, but you are not these. You are beyond all these things. You are beyond all these five elements. Understand yourself as a pure consciousness. Realize yourself as the knower of all these unconsciousness itself. The next question, immediate question will come. How to understand Swamiji? How to understand? Today we will do a simple meditation technique from this sutra to realize that your consciousness itself. Meditation technique derived out of this sutra that will give you the deeper level experience or understanding about what I am speaking. You do not have to think your body to be alive. Be very clear. You do not have to think your mind to think. Somebody goes to Ramana Maharshi and says, Bhagavan, to live in Nirvana, 6 rupees is more than enough. In those days, cost of living was very low. He says, to live here 1 month, 6 rupees is more than enough. Bhagavan says, to live even body and mind is not necessary. Why do you need 6 rupees? Understand, to live even your body and mind is not necessary. When you understand you are beyond body, your body becomes graceful. When you understand you are beyond mind, your mind becomes intelligent. You start radiating grace and intelligence and you understand you are beyond body and mind. It's a beautiful sutra in Ayurveda where healing and spirituality is explained beautifully. In India, everything, art, culture, painting, festivals, medicine, clothes, everything is connected to spirituality. Spirituality is the backbone. In Ayurvedic science, they say the stomach problems, constipation, all these things happens if you are constantly holding your body. If you can just relax and witness, you start understanding you are not the body, you will never have stomach problem. Any of you have stomach problem, try this technique. And I tell you it works. In last 2.5 years, I have met more than 1,000,000 people. And more than 1,000,000 people have taken the meditation techniques and technology created by me and experienced the truth or the bliss in their life. I tell you from my experience, this experience, if you have stomach problem, just for 2-3 days, constantly think you are not the body. And I assure you will be liberated from the stomach problems. Simply your stomach will be healed. One more thing, I am not giving you false hope, I am not making any false statement. After the experience of my 2.5 years, and after working with 1,000,000 people, I am making this statement. After thousands of case studies, I am making this statement. After a long research, I am telling you, just for a few days, if you have stomach problem, ulcer, constipation, irritation, any problem related to stomach, just for 2-3 days, constantly think, I am not the body. I am not the body. Just relax and allow the body to function. I tell you, within 2-3 days you will be healed. Because the moment you start thinking you are the body, you start suffocating the body. You start forcing the body. You start abusing the body. You start disrespecting the body. When you think you are body, you start disrespecting it. You start abusing it. You can see in your life, for the sake of your enjoyments, you destroy the body. Till night, 12 o'clock, sit and watch the cricket. Your eyes are burning. It is begging. Please give me little rest. In between the advertisements, eyes are automatically closing and taking you in. But you sit there, no. This is not the time for me to sleep. And you start watching the game. You are abusing your eyes for the sake of your pleasure, for the sake of your intellectual joy, or ego joy, intellectual joy. Joy, somebody means you associate yourself with somebody, some country, whether it's India or Pakistan or Sri Lanka, some country, you associate yourself with that country. And if they will, you feel joy. By their enemy, you are feeling the joy. This joy comes out of ego and association. And I wanted all of you to understand, seeing cricket is surely not patriotic. Patriotism. And somehow the idea has been spread. No, we should be patriotic. One young guy came to me and he told me, Swamiji, we should be patriotic. That is why I see the cricket. What are you talking? If at all India can be represented, it can be represented only by few enlightened masters and the rishis, not by just one or two players or teams. The moment you start understanding you are not the mind, you will have a sharp intelligence and spontaneity. You can see in your life, two guys are playing chess. If you are watching the game, you will know the better moves than those two. And if you are playing, you will not know the moves. If you are just watching, you will tell them, hey, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? You yourself are playing, you will not be able to do that. Just because of the pressure to win makes you dull. When you are witnessing, when you are away, you don't have the pressure to win. When the pressure to win is not there, you become so intelligent, you become so spontaneous, you become so alive. Your mind starts radiating intelligence. When Ashtavakra says, you are not the body, you are not the mind, you are not the earth, you are not the water, you are not the fire, you are not the air, you are not the ether. He says you are not five elements. We always think we are the five elements. Body and mind are made of five elements. We always think we are the five elements. First thing, understand you are not this body and mind. When you understand you are not this body and mind, you start respecting the body and mind. You start living with your body and mind blissfully. You do not abuse your body. You do not disrespect your body intelligence. You let your body live naturally. You let your body to live blissfully. If you detach the next sutra, you detach the body and rest in intelligence, you will at once be happy, peaceful, and free from bondage. I think this one of the sutras completely expresses whatever he wants to say. Ashtavakra clearly explains whatever he wants to say. Usually, to tell things in a clear way needs intelligence. One more thing, to understand things from 2-3 statements also needs intelligence. Otherwise, we always understand from the other part. Small story. One guy from Texas goes to Europe country. Then he meets a farmer. The farmer starts speaking, the Europe farmer, he starts speaking about his farming and agriculture and all those things. And the Texas guy asks, where is your farm? Please show me. Farmer says, I have 10 acres in front of my house. I have 20 acres back this side of my house. I was very proud. Europe farmer was very proud of his 30-acre land. Suddenly, this guy asked the Texas guy, how many acres of land you own? How you do the agriculture? Texas guy said, how many acres? Early morning, I sit in my car and start, goes on. Only in the evening, I reach the other side of the boundary. Europe guy immediately says, oh, is it so? Once upon a time, even I had like this one car. Once upon a time, even I had like this one car. Please understand, this guy says, I have a big land. But the Europe guy understands, your car is not moving. You turn from one angle, and the person understands from the other angle. Now, you need intelligence to present something with few words. Same way, you need intelligence to understand something with few words. Bernard wrote a 40-page book, and then he makes a statement. I don't have enough time, otherwise I would have wrote only 20 pages Because I don't have enough time, I wrote 40-page book. If I had enough time, I would use my intelligence and reduce this content to 20 pages. Because I don't have time, I have to write 40 pages. Be very clear. Do not think if the book is voluminous, it contains intelligence. Many times, few sutras, one or two lines will give the whole clarity. It can transform the whole life. Today, all I want to express is a simple one thing, only one concept. There is something called enlightenment, and it is possible. There is something called living in the body and mind without being touched by the body and mind. You can live inside the body and mind without being touched by the body and mind. You can live a liberated life. First thing, it is possible. It is possible. If you understand the technology of Ashtavakra, not only it is possible, it is guaranteed. It is guaranteed. If you have courage to enter into the technology of Ashtavakra, just have it. Today, I say it is possible. Tomorrow, I will be explaining how it is guaranteed. And then tomorrow, just have it. And there is nothing else needs to be done. Now, all you need to understand is simple two things. First thing, you are not the body and mind. Second thing, if you detach the body and rest in intelligence, you will at once be happy, peaceful, and free from bondage. The moment you think, you understand, you are not the body and mind, immediately, that very moment, you will become peaceful. Tremendous peace starts happening in you. You start understanding and accepting you as you are. In that very moment, you start relaxing into yourself. In that very moment, you become silent. That very moment creates bliss in you. The moment you understand you are not body and mind, you relax from this whole samsara saga. As long as you associate yourself with the body and mind, all the sufferings and pains of the body and mind is experienced by you. You start experiencing the pains and pleasures, sufferings of body and mind. Just understand this simple thing. For animal to breathe, for a cow to breathe, it doesn't need ego, it doesn't need any being, it doesn't need any character. But you are afraid, if you drop your being, you will not be able to use your body. You are afraid, if you drop your being, your body will not function smoothly. You have an idea about yourself. I am somebody's father, I am somebody's brother, I am somebody's son, I am this, I am that. This idea which you are having, this being which you are carrying, this ego which you are carrying is not necessary for the smooth functioning of your body and mind. Of course, very difficult to believe. A born blind person went to the doctor and asked the doctor, "Doctor, please do something and give me eyes." Doctor says, "I'll do an operation. You will have your eyes back. Then you will be able to walk without a stick." The blind people use a stick to walk. He says, "You will be able to walk without a stick." The blind man says, "Sir, I understand you will do an operation. I understand I will have my eyes back, but I am not able to understand how can I walk without stick. He cannot understand, you cannot convince him intellectually he can walk without stick after the operation. You can't convince him intellectually because by and by he starts thinking his walking itself is connected to the stick. Only after the operation he can understand he can walk without stick. Once he gets his eyes back, he will throw the sticks away and walk. I tell you, you don't need your ego to live in the body and mind. How the born blind person never understands he can walk without stick after an operation. You are not able to understand. You can also live without the ego in the body and mind. You can live inside your body, inside your mind, without ego. How blind man doesn't need stick, same way you don't need ego to live. The ego which you are carrying, the concept about you which you are carrying constantly, the personality which you are carrying is not necessary for you to live inside the body and mind. You are afraid, no, if I drop that personality, people may cheat me, they may exploit me, I will be taken for a ride, and somebody may cheat me in my business, somebody may take me. If I feel I am not the body, I cannot maintain my house, I may give it away. All these fears raise in you. Please be very clear. All these fears are created in you by your ego. As long as you are afraid, you can be exploited by the ego. Whoever wants to exploit you, first thing they have to do is create fear in you, including your worker. If he wants to exploit, he will create the fear that without him you cannot do your activities. First thing, he will create a fear in you that he is needed. If he is not there, your smooth activities will be disturbed. Whether your company or your house or something, it will be disturbed. First thing, he creates a deep idea in you that he is an important part. Without him, you cannot run. He creates fear in you. Then, according to the level of the fear, according to the intensity of the fear, he starts exploiting you. First thing ego does is, ego clearly tries to prove to your being, you cannot live in your body and mind without me. Without the personality, you cannot live. Once you are frightened, once you are afraid, once you start believing that without the ego you cannot live in your body and mind, it is very easy for you to exploit. It is very easy for your ego to exploit, to cheat you. Be very clear. It is just simple fear. Nothing but simple fear. We will do a beautiful, very effective meditation technique from this sutra. From this sutra, just a few minutes of meditation to realize the truth of this sutra. But before entering into the meditation, I'll spend a few minutes answering your questions because I uttered too many big words. I expressed too many concepts. Unless you question, you will not be able to digest what I said. One more thing. Usually, we feel if I put questions, all people will look at me. I may look like a fool. Please understand. If you put your question, you may look like a fool. If you don't, you will be a fool. Better to look like a fool and have an answer than being a fool. One more thing. Unless you analyze these concepts with your question answer, you will not be able to internalize this truth. You will not be able to make this as an experience in you. So I request any of you, if you have any questions, you are welcome. After spending a few minutes, answer your questions. We will enter into a simple meditation technique to experience the reality or the truth of Asharapra's words.
How you were telling about enlightenment is Shashtavakara and Janaka story. I want to know from your experience how you got enlightened. When you got enlightened exactly. What path you proceeded to get enlightened. I can read from the book and the books are available. But I have come here to know from you how you got enlightened. When it exactly happened. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice question. But too early to ask. Do you want an honest answer or do you want a social answer? Tell me.
Honest answer.
Honest answer. Then you have to wait till the third day. Why I ask you to wait till third day? Now, even if I say about my enlightenment, I tell you, you will not be able to connect with it. You will not be able to accept, see, unless you had one glimpse of meditation or truth from me, you will not be able to trust about my experience. Unless you experience the technology they created, you will not be able to understand. I discovered it. So, first thing, if I start speaking about my enlightenment, either out of politeness, you may start believing it. Believing is not going to help you. Or you may start arguing about it. I think that is not going to help you. Neither arguing will help, nor believing will help, or you may take it as one more story, that's all. That is not going to help you. It may look like one more fiction, a story, a novel, very tasty, spicy, but that is not going to help you. Just have a little bit. Have today's meditation, tomorrow's meditation. Let this meditation work on you. You will have at least one glimpse of clarity, peace, or rest, or at least one moment of deep relaxation. Once that happens in you, only then you will be able to trust, oh, if this can happen to me, it must have happened to him also. Unless you get 1 inch, unless you get the glimpse, you will not be able to trust the other person has achieved. So I request you, please wait till day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, surely I will speak about my experience, about my personal experience. Unless you yourself got a glimpse, you will not be able to relate with what I am saying. Now, even if I say, it will be just one more story, it will not be an inspiration for you. I keep that as the last weapon to inspire you. My enlightenment story should inspire you and make you work towards the same experience. When you are that much mature, after a little bit of maturity, if I speak about my enlightenment, it can be an inspiration for you to work towards the same state. It can be an inspiration to make you express or grow towards the same state. Now, if I start speaking, it may be only one more story. It will not be an inspiration. So please wait till day after tomorrow. Next.
The point which you said about happiness. I was talking to my son. I said, I was about this year, this is what I am benefiting. Or he said, okay, I'm already happy. What do you want me to do? Why should I? I think that's what you said there. We relate ourselves with the happiness which we think it is happiness. And
even to
If he is
myself.
really already happy, don't bother, let him be happy, don't tell him to waste.
That's what I said. But at the same time, I could not explain to him what happiness I have. I'm able to say I'm benefiting out of the technique. But I think they are not able to express our happiness because we live in some kind of happiness.
Express?
Any unhappiness.
Hmm.
So, I mean, for us to proceed, I think we must know what is happiness, and then only we can.
First thing, two things we need to understand. If they feel that something is happy, let them live. Only life can teach them. You cannot teach them. All of you be very clear. You cannot teach to anybody. Only life can teach. That's first thing. Second thing, unless they need help, your help cannot help. If you try to help them without they asking you to help, it will be like a scout boy story. What happened to the scout boys? What they did, the same thing you will be doing. When they need your help, let them come. Only life can teach. Second thing, your idea about happiness and unhappiness is come out of your experience. Please be honest and clear. Did you really listen to your father? No, we were not.
We listen to our
To tell you honestly, I am not able to believe this statement. No son listens to the father. After they became father, because of their vested interests, they forget that they have not listened to their fathers. Because they have to train their sons, they remember only the incidents in which they listened to their fathers. Only those incidents they remember. They do not remember the incidents in which they said no to their father. And I tell you one simple basic thing. You feel you are a man only when you say no to your father. Till then you feel you are a child. Just to prove that you have become a man, you start saying no to your father. It's a basic psychology. The basic thing. When you say no, you feel you are somebody. You feel you are somebody. So, please be very clear. Whatever you say, your son is going to say no. Because he wants to be somebody. One beautiful paragraph I read in a book. One guy says, I found 3 ways to do a thing. Friend asks, what are the 3 ways? He says, first, do it by yourself. Second, ask get some workers to do. Third, tell your kids not to do. That's all. It will be done. Tell your kids not to do. It will be done. See, there are 3 ways to do anything. Whenever you say, he is just waiting to say no. He is just waiting to say no. Saying no to you creates a deep courage and strength in him. And it makes him feel that he is man. Now he is on his own. So we need to understand, we also said no to our elders. Later on in the old age, because you start having the problem of selective amnesia, and you start remembering only the incidents in which you said yes. You forget the thousands of incidents in which you said no to your elders. Be very clear. What we did, the same thing they are also doing. Only life can teach. There are so many people who are married. They come to me and tell, Swamiji, before marriage, if I would have met you, I would have never got married. I would have been with you. I would have lived, dedicated my whole life for spirituality. And I tell them, marriage is like a roller coaster. Whoever is sitting inside, they all wanted to jump out. Whoever is outside always wanted to sit at least once inside. Whoever is outside, they are all having a deep interest. And excitement. Why not once? Why not experience once? And whoever is inside just wanted to jump out. Be very clear. Only life can teach. You cannot teach. Let us be clear. Only life can teach. You can neither teach nor help your kids unless they want. If you force something on them, you may teach one thing, how to cheat you, that's all. If you force some rules or regulations on them, you may teach them one thing, how to cheat you. That's all. Nothing else can be done. Let us be very clear. Life only can teach. All you can do is, in a simple word, please mind your business. And I am telling with all respect because I am not directly related. And if you start forcing, you will listen the same word without respect. That's all. That's all is the whole life. Let us see the reality. Let us come to the practical situation. I am not ready to give any idealistic solutions. Please understand. I don't want any big theories. I can give some theory. Oh, take him to some temple, or take him to some god, take him to some guru. Nothing will happen. And I tell you, nothing will happen. And especially he says, kids are becoming so intelligent. Unfortunately, see the software is getting updated. So intelligence is getting updated. Nothing can be done. Those days, it was specialization. So elders are intelligent. These days, updating. So young generation, next generation is going to be intelligent. Be very clear. Those days, lifestyle is specialization. Naturally, elders will be more intelligent. These days, life is based on updating. Naturally, youngsters will be intelligent. All you need is drop your ego and respect the youngsters. That's the only thing can be done. Nothing else can be done. Because fortunately or unfortunately, the whole social setup is turned from specialization to updating. The system is not now specialization. It is all about updating. It is not about specialization. It is all about updating. So, let you be ready for respecting the next generation. Next question.
Swamiji, you are talking about we are not the body, we are not the mind, and we are not the ego and the element. But in the true sense, what are we actually? What is the time? Because you also said about the dropping of the ego and then you functioning independent of the ego. But is I itself not an element of ego itself? And is it not in contradiction with the I thought and the ego? So in case we drop the ego and we say, no, I am not the ego, but I am functioning, is that also not an aspect of the ego itself? So who am I actually? Am I just a thought? Am I the consciousness or whatever? And
Beautiful questions. Beautiful questions. But I really suspect, do you need answer? Please understand. Person who needs answer will put usually only one question. Person who puts continuously so many questions, he needs only experience. He cannot be given answer. First thing, you assume so many things, and you say, if I drop the ego, and I start saying, I am living without ego, is this not ego? The moment you drop the ego, you will never say, I am living without ego. Somebody asks the Zen master, Master, how will I come to know whether I am enlightened or not? Master says, this very doubt will disappear. As long as you have this doubt whether I am enlightened or not, you are not enlightened. And he says beautifully, the moment you become enlightened, the doubt whether I am enlightened or not will disappear. Same way, the thought I am enlightened also will disappear. You will neither have the doubt whether I am enlightened or not, nor have the ego, I am enlightened. Both will not be there. That's first thing. So, the hypothetical question, if I drop my ego and I start saying, I am living without ego, is it not one more ego? The very hypothesis is wrong. If you drop your ego, you will not say you are living without ego. First thing. Next thing, you are asking, if I am not body or mind or ego, who am I? Ask yourself, not me. I asked and I found the answer. I am asking you to ask yourself. I am not here to question, I am not here to answer your question. I am here to question your answer. You have so many answers for the question, who am I? You have an answer, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the ego. I am questioning all your answers. No, you are not body, you are not mind, you are not ego. I will leave you alone with your question. When I leave you alone with your question will become first. And that first will naturally make you experience the truth. Please do not ask the question to me. Let you ask the question to you. I am not actually answering your question. I am questioning the answers which you have already got. So this question, who am I, should not be asked to me. It should be asked to you. And now, when we do this meditation, you will have a little more deeper clarity. What I am saying, how I am saying, you are not the ego. You are not a being as you think. Next.
Amazing. It's really necessary for tomorrow and day after.
Please can you be a little loud?
Yeah, very clearly and clearly. Is it really necessary for tomorrow and day after day?
Oh. And that's right. I tell you one thing. If you understood, you don't need tomorrow, day after tomorrow class. If you have not understood, again you don't need tomorrow, day after tomorrow classes. If you feel almost I am catching, I think I should listen little more. Then you need tomorrow, day after tomorrow classes. So be very clear. If you really understood, you don't need tomorrow, day after tomorrow classes. And I tell you, if you really understood, not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, you cannot forget. Do not bother. See, if you really understood, not that you don't need tomorrow, day after tomorrow classes, you will simply start living with me. I am not saying about physically, I am saying about conscious level. So if you